Hey guys, welcome back to my machine shop. My name is Adam, and this is going to be another episode of Saturday Night Special for you. So I've got a couple things to talk about and fill you in on a little bit of information on some stuff that's going on in my personal life, and we got a couple other things that I'm going to throw in the video for you that I'll discuss here. So I'm going to go ahead and start out by telling you that I've been dealing with I've been helping my dad this week. He's had some problems, and I had to put him in the hospital. And but things are looking okay, and I think everything's going to be fine. But this past Monday, he went in for gallbladder surgery and had his gallbladder removed. And he, they sent him home right after the surgery, which doesn't make any sense to me. It's a major surgery, and I think they should keep somebody there for at least a day or two, to make sure everything's fine. But I guess with this whole new outpatient thing, they do what they got to do and they push you out the door. But anyway, the following day, which was Tuesday, he was starting to feel a little bit of pain. Now, he was pretty good most of the day, and then when I come home from work Tuesday, I went down there and as soon as I got off work, I went down there and visited with him for a while, because he had been pretty much bedridden all day and ever since he had got home Monday. But so he had got up, he had been sleeping, and we come out to the patio, and he sat down in his chair, and everything seemed to be fine, even though he was in a lot of pain just from the surgery, a lot of internal pain here. And he had been coughing. He had to cough. So I ended up going home, around, I don't know, it was around 5:30 or so, and my brother had called me and said that he had been in a lot of pain ever since I had left, and he had actually called the hospital, talked to a nurse, and what they were saying was that he had a lot of gas buildup because of the surgery, and he needed to get up and walk around. But my dad was persistent, saying that no, that's not what this is. He was feeling pain in his side, extreme amounts of pain, and it was coming up to his shoulder. It was making his shoulder hurt too. And it all started, he said, whenever he was coughing, and whenever he made one big hard cough, that's when the pain just started getting really, really bad there, and it was unbearable. So I called my dad and talked to him, and I could tell that he was in an extreme amount of pain just by hearing his voice, and said that he needed to go back to the hospital. So I went down there, and he was ready to go. I pulled up, and he come stumbling out the door, and I told him, I said, hold on a minute. I was worried about him. I knew something was wrong. So I just decided right then, I said, I'm just going to call an ambulance, because if there is something wrong, I want somebody here that can really help you. So I called the ambulance, and they came, and they just went ahead and they strapped him up and loaded him up, make sure that he was okay right then and there. And he was just in lots and lots of pain. So they took him to the hospital. I followed him down there, and it took hours and hours. They ran some tests on him. They finally started giving him some pain meds to ease the pain. And so what had happened here was that he come to find out that he had pneumonia in his lungs, and we thought maybe it was something that had to do with the surgery, because he was having so much pain here in his side, and that's what he was thinking it was. But all of the x-rays and the CAT scan shown that everything was fine internally. He wasn't bleeding. They thought maybe he was septic, that he had ruptured something, but everything was showing fine. But they found the pneumonia in his lungs, and they believed that's where all the pain was actually coming from, was his right lung. It was both of his lungs really, but it was his lungs that's giving him so much pain. So we've actually, they admitted him, and so he's been at the hospital ever since Tuesday, and they're doing everything they can to help him, and they're doing a great job. They started pumping him full of antibiotics, And the other thing that was really bad was his oxygen level was way down. So they put him on oxygen, was trying to get more oxygen in him. And after some time had passed, they're doing some tests. They found pneumonia. So he's having to do the I can't remember what it's called now. He's got the mask that he has to wear that helps pump the oxygen to help blow his lungs up some. So he's doing that every day now, several times a day, especially at night. Throughout the night, they want him to wear the mask to help expand his lungs, get lots of oxygen in there. They've got the antibiotics in him. They're giving him pain meds. So I went and visited him today, and today is actually Friday. This is Friday night that I'm working on this, and he's doing better today. He's doing good, and I mean, he's still in pain, and he's still got a lot to do, but he's doing better today. And they've got to continue the oxygen treatments. They got to keep the mask on him, keep him breathing, and I think everything's looking good for him. He's still got some healing to do. I expect that he's going to be in the hospital for at least a couple more days. I expect him to be there throughout the weekend and probably in the early next week. His oxygen has got to be at a certain level on his own before they can release him. So that's what they're working on. So that's what's been going on this week. I've just been, I go up there in the morning and see him, and then when I leave work, I go up there and visit him for a while. I haven't spent any time out here in the shop this week. I haven't done any work. I've just been focusing on my day job, working my 8 hours, and then I come home and go and visit him. Luckily, the hospital really is just a couple miles down the road, so it's nice not having to go so far to see him and spend some time with him. So things are looking up, and I think he's going to get better because he was better today than he has been, and he hasn't been in as much pain. I think they've even reduced the amount of pain meds that they're putting in his IV. So everything's looking pretty good. So that's what's been going on this week with my dad. I had posted something on Google Plus and Facebook, and the people that's responded, thank you. I appreciate the comments, and so that's just a little something that I wanted to share with you that I've been going through. My dad means a lot to me, and I have to be there and take care of him. There's me and my brother and my sister, the three of us. We got to take care of Dad whenever he needs help. So anyway, like I said, everything's looking good there. I think we're on the plus side of things, and we're looking up. So I'm going to take a quick break here. I got something going on, and I'll be right back, and we're going to talk about a few more things. Okay. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, so what I wanted to talk about is I haven't done any filming this week for Saturday's video, but I've actually I've already got a couple things filmed that I'm going to throw in this video, and I'm going to tell you about them. I had a job that I did. I actually had done it Monday. I did it Monday evening, and I've got some clips of that, so I'm going to throw that into the video and show you what I did with that. And the other thing is this past Sunday, I actually went down to the old shop and grabbed a few things from down there, and my dad was out there with me, and I took the camera because I've had several people ask me about the old shop. They've suggested, hey, maybe go down there and take some video of the old shop. So that's what I did. I loaded up the camera, and we took a little trip down to the old shop. Not a whole lot to see, but I'm sure everybody's curious about it. So I'm going to throw that into this video, and you guys will get to see that. So another thing here that I want to talk about, I just got something today. Actually, here's one thing. This is going to be an upcoming video. I got this part that I got to make. I'll just leave that for the video, but that's a job coming up right there. So I ordered a couple of those, the knee crank tools that you use with a drill motor use on the the milling machine, the bridge ports and whatever, that tool that slides on there to use a drill motor to lift the table up and down. I've been wanting one for a while, just never really pursued getting one. So anyway, I found some on eBay and I got them. I got them today. They came in the mail, and this is it right here. And I just thought I'd give you a quick little review over these. They're pretty much identical, and I'm going to give you a little closer up shot of them right here. Hopefully you can see that pretty good. Now, first impression, here's the other one right here. I went ahead and fit them on the mill, and they fit fine. They actually they fit up good. The fit and finish, the fit's okay, the finish not so okay, but it works. It's actually functional. I've done tried it out, and I think what I'll do, I'll throw one in the drill here, and we'll go over there and we'll see how it works on the mill. It looks like something that somebody's making in their home shop and they're selling, and they did an okay job on them. I'm not going to say it's the best. I mean, I'm seeing some imperfections in the machine work here. They're a little bit rough, but they work, and the price was right. They're selling these on eBay for, I think it was $19.99, basically $20 and $6 for shipping. If you order more than one, they charge you $3 additional for the shipping and handling on the others. So I got two of these, and the reason why I got two of these is because my buddy Gil, he's got his Bridgeport, he wanted one also. So when I found them, I told him, I was like, hey man, I found those tools for the knee crank on there. And he's like, hell yeah man, give me one too. So I went ahead and ordered two, and he's supposed to be here tomorrow. He's gonna hang out with me, and I'm gonna give him his. So anyway, let's go over to the mill machine and see how this thing works. I went over there for a minute and cranked it up and down for just a second. One thing I was going to point out, I plan on using my DeWalt drill right here. I got an 18 volt XRP drill. I thought this was a 1/2 inch chuck. Actually, let's find out real quick. I don't think I've ever checked it before. Okay, yeah it is. All right, that's a 1/2 inch drill. All right, so that is a 1/2 inch chuck. All right, these pieces here, you see they've got 2 hexes on them. This one's supposed to be a 1 inch hex, so you can use a wrench for fine adjustment. And then this one's supposed to fit your 1/2 inch drill chuck. Now, I opened this thing up and thought it would just fall in there, but it won't. It's actually really tight. It's extremely tight. I mean, I can shove it in there. See, it just went in there. And then the other one fits also, I believe. Yeah. I mean, it just fits in there. It's borderline. I think what needs to happen here, let's check it. I haven't even measured them yet. Okay. The distance across the points there of the hex is over 1/2 inch. Right there I'm getting 525 on that one, and this one here I'm getting about 528, 529. I knew one of them was a little tighter than the other. So really what the person that manufactured this needs to do is make sure that the OD that's going to fit up in that chuck is 1/2 inch, and then mill your flats. And it doesn't matter what size the hex is, because it's going to fit a drill chuck. So I'm trying to pick this thing apart, and that's one of the things that I'm noticing right there, is that the hex is so close. I mean, it's just barely fitting in that 1/2 inch chuck, but it does fit. Let's see if the 1 inch hex is on size. All right, that's 989, 988, 991. So I guess a 1 inch wrench will fit it. 987, 985, 983. So, you know, it's not the best machine work out there, but for the price, you know, $26 shipped to you, that's not a bad tool. You know, I'm seeing some imperfections in the cog teeth there, the machine work, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's going to work. It'll work for what I need to. I'm just trying to do a little, I guess, like a little review on these. You can also buy the another brand that's on there. I believe it's called a crank anchor, and it's supposed to be American made. You'll spend about $40 for that one, and I don't think it includes the hex on there for using a wrench. So anyway, let's take these over and try them out on the milling machine. I've been looking forward to having something to raise and lower that knee for a while. All right. Okay, I got you set up over on the Sheldon shaper there, and we're going to go ahead and try one of these things out. Told you it's a close fit in this drill chuck here. Okay, I'm just going to use my low setting 1. All right, it fits it pretty good. It's a little wobbly. And I'm trying to figure out, is that the chuck? I'm thinking it may be how it's piloted on the milling machine here, that hole that's drilled up through there. I believe that's a 5/8 hole. Alright, there's high gear. Okay. This is, my batteries are getting bad on this thing. My other one's already gone bad. This one doesn't hold a charge very long, so I'm going to see about replacing these batteries pretty soon. But I do have some corded drill motors also I can use. Alright, so that's one, and I'm already enjoying it. That's making going up and down on that knee nice and easy. But I think on mine, see, I'm having a hard time getting it up in this chuck. I think I'm going to modify mine and make it where it clears. I think all I need to do is just chuck it up and just turn a little bit off this this OD right here. So here's the other one. I want to make sure it fits and works also. And you can see it wobbling. All right. Well, all right. So there's the knee crank tools. I'm glad I finally got one. This is something that I could have made myself, and it's something that I was gonna do. But you know what? You know, $20. I just want to get to work. So I found it. I bought one, and so I'm gonna use it. So that's that. So if you want to find these things, go on eBay and search them. I think that's what they were listed under, is the knee crank tools or something like that. And these were $19.99. All right. Hey guys, this is another little job that I just finished up today that I wanted to throw in the video here and show you. This is a motorcycle rim from the the local motorcycle shop here, and they needed it faced off, and this rim was just a little bit too big to fit down in there in the Monarch. So what I did, I took it with me to work, and I used the Acra lathe, and it fit in there fine. You know, just do stuff after hours, you know, after I clock out, and make use of the bigger swing down there. But they brought it to me and told me that they tried several sets of new rotors on it. There's one that goes on each side, you know, the brake disc, and they couldn't get the shimmying out of it. They said every time you hit the brakes, it would start jumping. So he checked the face there, and he felt like that somehow these faces were out. And he had a couple X's on there, and then whenever I got it trued up, I actually did find on each side a 5 thousandths variance. It was just moving high and low 5 thousandths, and one of these X's here, I meant to mark it and I forgot, but one of these X's was like 5 thousandths high. And then this side over here, he didn't have it marked, but he wanted me to check it, and this side was out 5 thousandths also. Now I don't know how that could have happened unless, you know, whoever owns this motorcycle maybe went down and tweaked this rim just a little bit. But that's what he asked me if I could do, and I told him, yeah, I'll do it. So what I had done was I wanted to true it up with the bearing journals, because that's where it's mounted. You know, you got a bearing on each side there. So what I had done is I took a piece of 2-inch stock that I had already made mandrel on one end. I already had it threaded for something else that I had done, and it was nice and long too. So what I did, I took that and I machined it to fit in here nice and snug, and fit on this bearing journal here and shoulder up against that face. And then on this side, you know, it's smaller, so it come through, and I had the threads out here, and then I had another little bushing that slid up on there and lined up with this bearing journal also, and I just pulled it up with a nut. So that was in my opinion, an easy way to make sure that the rim, everything else, is true with the bearing journals. So once I got that pulled up snug on the bearing journals there on the mandrel, that's when I checked both sides there, and I was getting 5 thousandths. So I took a cut. I just used a high-speed tool bit and cut each side and cleaned it up. So I hope that this gets them back in order. You know, that this will work, and the brake system works the way it's supposed to now, because I've done what they asked me to do, and I'm gonna give it back to them, and hopefully it'll work out. So, you know, I don't have any video of that, but I did snap just a few pictures while I was doing it. So I'm going to throw those pictures up in the video here and let you see it set up in the acrylathe. Alright guys, I'm here at work, and I'm going to play with the pacemaker for just a minute, and we're going to make a big heavy cut on it. We're going to see what it'll do. Okay, I've got a piece of tubing in here. This is 4.5 by 6 steel tubing, just a piece of scrap over there on the shelf. I'm using my ISCAR 432 insert. Quick shot of the machine here. American pacemaker. You can see that it's a 20 by 192. You can see it's a big long bed. I'm running 385 RPM, and I kicked the feed rate down a little bit on this one. I've got it set at 20 thousandths feed rate. I've been playing with the 30 with a heavy cut just a second ago, and it just seemed like a little bit too much coming off there. So I've got it kicked down to 20 thousandths, and we're going to try a cut here. All right, I've got the tool. It's already touched off. 1, 2. All right, there's a 1/4 inch. Going to engage. I'm going to stand back a little because this thing's going to throw some chips. Get the tool up close. Alright, here we go. Okay. Alright, so we just did a 1/4 inch pass with the 20 thousandths feed rate. I went ahead and set it up, and now we're running 30 thousandths feed rate. We're going to go ahead and give it a shot. Alright, so this was my last cut. Alright, That's another 1/4 inch pass here. Here's the lever I'm trying to pull right here. Alright, we did it. Alright guys, I'm just playing around, just having a little fun here. Alright, too, on that last pass, I forgot to flip this over in the D. Okay, I was in a lot slower feed rate than I thought. That's why I wasn't breaking a chip. Alright, so let's try it again. 100, 200, there's 50. Alright, here we go. Okay, slow this truck down. Got a pretty teary finish on it. That's a lot of metal coming off. The machine itself can handle a big, huge, heavy cut, no problem. Your limitations are on your tools and your setup. You know, the machine can handle that cut, no problem. It had no. It's got a big motor on it, and I believe there's 8 belts running this this drive system back here. So, like I said, I'm just playing around. I got a tube over here honing, and I wanted to throw something up in here and just play it around and see if we could get a bigger cut. I have no doubt that I could take even a bigger cut, but there's really no reason to keep pushing it. This was what we were trying to get to, was 1/4 inch. Okay. Big old chips. See ya. Hey guys, what's going on? So today I decided I'm going to go down to my old shop, and I want to scavenge a little bit more of some of the material that I've got down there. I'm going to look through it and see if there's some more pieces I can pull out and bring down here. I've got a light down there I've been wanting to take down and bring down here, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to go ahead and film a quick video of the old shop. We'll just do a little walk around and in there, and you can see where I used to work and where our shop used to be. So getting ready to load up a couple things, and I'll grab the camera and take you with me. All right, let's take a little road trip. All right, we made it. All right, well, here we are at the old shop, and it's a little messy. I've got some scrap metal here that I've been collecting that we're going to haul off. I've got there's other scrap metal just kind of, you know, laying around. Anytime you move out of a place like this, you know, it kind of becomes a disarray and you've got messes here and there. So it is kind of messy, and there's still a lot of cleanup that we got to do, and just haven't got to it yet. But just please try to excuse the mess. It was always a lot cleaner than this whenever we were working full-time down here. So there's the 3-ton jib crane that I've talked about. It's still got a really nice Harrington 3-ton electric lift up there, and it's still hooked up and works, and I'm waiting to finish doing what I got to do before I take that down. And we'll probably just take the lift down and sell it. I would actually really love to have this jib crane down at my house, but I really don't have the means or the financial ability to take this thing down and have a whole new foundation poured down there and have it set back up. So I think we're just going to try to sell this unit here. This is just an old frame off of a truck that my brother was working on. We're going to haul that off to the scrap. Right here is where the horizontal boring mill used to sit, right in front of the wall. That's my air conditioner down there. I'm planning on taking that down to the house and hook up. I want to have that hooked up this year. This is where our compressor used to sit, right out here, and the electric press was right over there in front of the power meter. And here's the shop. There's Dad back there. He's going to hang out with us today. This is just a truck that belongs to my brother that he's been working on. You can see we've got a little electric forklift that I'm planning on taking down to the house also. This used to be the welding area right here. We had the welding table set up here, and the welding machine was over in that corner. And you can see all the breakers on the wall. I've taken some of those down and used those down at the new shop. Right here's where the Victor used to sit. You can see the dark spot on the floor. The Victor used to go right here. Your Dad's toolbox sat right there. And then the Monarch lathe actually used to sit right here where my brother's truck is parked right now. And then the Acura lathe used to sit right in here. And the pedestal grinder was over here. We used to have another big milling machine here. That's the light that I'm wanting to take down and take down to the house and get it hooked up. That's the office in there. I still got my desk in here and some other stuff, some filing cabinets. We had some of the ceiling fell down not long ago right here. Right in this corner right here is where the milling machines used to sit. We had the big Acura mill that sat here, and then the Dual mill sat right there, right in this corner here. And that shelf was along the wall with all the tools on it. And right along the back wall there is where the big Monarch used to sit, and you can see the oil on the wall where the Chuck always slung everything over onto it. But it was a big lathe that went from where the conduit is all the way down to somewhere right in here. And some more of the materials that we still got. I'm gonna siphon through. The right here in the middle is where the Dual bandsaw used to be. We had the rack that was right here behind it, and then the metal rack was right here in the middle of the shop. There's the rest of my air conditioner that I'm wanting to hook up. And then behind it there is the old Canetti Auto drill press. And we're still thinking about taking that down there and setting it on the slab outside once I get my cover put up. All the drills used to be right here. It's a mess because I was going through all this stuff and put everything up here, but the drills used to be in these drawers. That cabinet there had all kind of reamers and tools in it. Blast cabinet was back there in the corner. This is another metal rack that we held on to that I'm wanting to use down at the new shop. And I'm wanting to try to use this this A-frame also, this rolling gantry crane. Right now it won't fit in the shop. It's just a shade too high, so I've got to either cut it and lower it or get some more casters for it to drop it down a couple inches so it'll clear. And just some more of our stuff that we haven't moved out of here yet. An old West Constant generator. Here's an old Carroll dividing head. And it's got there's all the gears for it and all the index plates. And the manual chain fall. It's probably hard to see because of this, the lighting isn't very good. See, we still got lots of plastics and phenolic, that's what I'm thinking of. A lot of plates of phenolic back here. There's a big round. There's some more of that UHMW over there against the wall. Bunch of sheets of it. This is about it. There wasn't really a whole lot back here in this area. There's a lot of storage, and Dad used to have a big lathe back here a long time ago, but that was before my time. So most of this area back here was just more of a storage area. Still got a few more big pieces of steel over here against the wall. An old faceplate. There's a big 3-jaw chuck down there. And the big fan on the wall. And you can see the ceiling. There's plywood up here. I had this done a few years back because all the drywall was falling down. And this is what I'm planning on doing at my shop down at the house, is taking the rest of the drywall down and putting some plywood up, putting the lights back up. So I got to see if I can get this moved down there, the drill press, my air conditioner. I've got the air conditioning unit outside, and then maybe the electric forklift also.
Get all the tools out the tool room.
I got most of them out of here. This is what I always called the tool closet. It was another bathroom that they had to build whenever they built the shop. See, there's the one we always used, and this one wasn't ever used, so I took the toilet and the sink out of here and I put all these shelves on the wall. And this is where we used to keep a lot of our tools. Just a little tool crib. We had all of our pipe wrenches hanging on the wall here. There's a rack that I had built to hang all of our belts on for our belt sander. I still got a few things up here. I don't know. I think that's about it. I can't really think of a whole lot more to say about it. Anything you want to add? All right, well, that's going to be about it for the old shop tour. Hope you guys enjoyed.